This is one of the most disgusting and disturbing things I've seen in a while. Um, but it really does kind of show how a lot of men, and I don't want to say most men do this, but I think most men do, but in different capacities. But how men will weaponize, their own vulnerabilities or their suspected vulnerabilities, like the death of a close family member or a sibling or a child, to garner sympathy from, the general public. So they, just for attention, but also I think that men do it so they could garner sympathy from women specifically. And they, the whole time, like they really didn't give a fuck or don't give a fuck. Like about the person they're talking about. But yeah, we all, we joke about it so much nowadays, but it's true. I mean, crash out and they'll be like, "Oh, I miss my granny." Like, like think like that, right? This is very similar to that.
5 months ago yesterday, the day I'm recording this video, I don't know if I'm gonna post it today, but 5 months ago yesterday, the day I'm recording this video, my daughter's biological father's son passed away. I felt really bad at first. Of course, I still feel bad to this day. Like, I never wish it on my worst enemy. But my problem that I'm having is that my baby daddy is going around on social media in the effort to continue his son's legacy after his life has ended in a very horrific way, mind you. He is trying to make it matter. He is trying to make a difference using his son's death, which that's fine. Like, I don't have a problem with that. My problem is that he's telling people who have their children in the world to go take care of their kids, to be with their kids, to make sure you're there for your kids, even if you have a bad relationship with the mother, mind you, me and him don't have no bad relationship at all. To go be with your kids. If your kids is on earth, I don't want no parent to have to go through what I've been through. Like, I don't have my son anymore. I'm a father without his child. Mind you, he has another child on this earth that he does not take care of, that he does not acknowledge. Now, when all of this happened, y'all, I had posted a video because they had a GoFundMe. And my page, I mean, we be popping off. My videos be going viral. And that video was set to go viral. It was at like 3,000 views or something, 4,000. I would have to go look because I didn't delete it. I just privated it. But when I posted the video, his sister, who does not know me apparently or nothing about my daughter, commented and she was like, "Who are you? Because my brother only had one living child and woo 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 woo, and you're a liar and you don't be calling my brother your daughter's dad without DNA proof and all this bullshit, right?" So after that, like the sympathy and empathy was leaving my body because it's like, oh, okay, you have kept my daughter a secret. Nobody even knows about her, which makes sense because you don't fucking take care of her. And you're telling people that, like, what? You're telling them that because you didn't never get a paternity test, you don't know if it's your child? That's fucking stupid. And it pisses me off so bad because if he wanted a paternity test, y'all, he could have just simply asked for one. I wasn't running for no paternity test. I'm not a hoe. So he could have easily got a paternity test out of me. That would have never been no problem. That would have never been no problem. And thinking back on the conversations, it seemed like he did hint at, I mean, he absolutely hinted and talked about a paternity test, but he never came out and said, if I don't get a paternity test, I'm not taking care of this child because I don't know if it's mine. He knows this is his fucking child. The problem is he don't want to take care of her. The problem is he don't want my child to be his child. The problem is she was a girl. She was a girl. If it was a boy, he swears up and down he would have took my child from me. These are quotes from him. He would have been took me to court for custody. But because she's a girl, now you don't know if she's yours. Now that's your excuse. You didn't get a paternity test. Bitch, fuck you. Excuse me. But fuck you. And it's like going around telling other people to take care of their kids when you have another child on this earth that you do not take care of. It's crazy as the fuck. And y'all tell me, am I wrong? Because I'm really having conflicting feelings about this, y'all. I really am, because I understand this man is going through a tragedy. And again, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, y'all, but like, you don't take care of your fucking daughter. You have a child here on this earth, and before his son passed away, we had talked about the meeting and trying to get this shit fixed and figured out. And then after he passed away, I haven't heard from that man since. So I don't know. I don't know. And I called him a few months after it happened because, of course, I called him initially. And I called him a few months after it happened. He didn't answer the phone. He didn't call me back. And I haven't heard from him since. So am I wrong? Like, am I wrong for that? Like, feeling like he's kind of like he's a hypocrite. It's giving hypocritical.
First and foremost, I just want to address the elephant in the room. No, you are not wrong at all. The way you're responding is very natural. I honestly think you are very calm. I think you are very intentional. I think you're still being sensitive. I mean, in a good way. You're still, you know, protecting the stuff about him. It sounds like to me. Uh, yeah. So I'm all like, I think you're doing a great job. Um, this does not surprise me. I've seen this happen before. Y'all don't know I'm a project baby. I done seen a lot of young men's lives get taken away from them. And I'm not gonna say specifically who I'm talking about, but I know somebody who who has multiple children, 5 children to be exact, wasn't in any of their lives in any significant way. Um, and one of them got their lives taken from them tragically. Killer is still loose, by the way, years ago. And I didn't go to the funeral personally, but I was told by people close to me that he was like leading in prayers, and he was like very much very like a focal point of the procession. And I thought that was odd. I did. I really thought that was odd. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't understand that. Like, I couldn't. I was like, but you abandoned him. So why are you like at the forefront of everything? And I know he didn't pay for the funeral. I know he didn't. So he didn't pay for the funeral, and he didn't and he wasn't there like for his child, for his son that got his life taken away from him. So I was very much disappointed in that when I heard that. And that was one of the reasons why I stayed away from the funeral too, personally, because I just didn't want to deal with that. Because I'm not a fake ass, like I'm not. You gonna know I don't like you. You know what I'm saying? Like you go, like if I don't like you, you gonna know I don't like you. Like I don't hide it well. I don't know what that is. I don't really. Yeah, I don't hide it well. If anything, it's people that I like who think I don't like them. Like that may happen more before, but yeah, before you wonder if I don't like you, you would be a person that I like, who you would think like, oh, he don't really fuck with me. Whole time I fuck with you. I just, for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? I haven't really been like overly exhibiting that or whatever. But if I don't like you, you will know for a fact I don't fuck with you. And I didn't want to go there. I didn't feel like it was my place to do that. So I just stayed away. That was a part of the reason why I stayed away, for other reasons too. But anyways, I've seen this firsthand several times. That's just one scenario. And that person was really close to me. Both people. Um, but men, especially when their sons, or children, but definitely when their sons' lives are taken from them, they will weaponize that shit. And I'm always a little taken aback because I'm like, where were you? Where were you? You know, where were you? Hmm. Why, if you were there more, I don't think that this would have happened to him. I doubt it. He would have been living in a better neighborhood if you were paying child support, if you were contributing financially, if you were in the house, even if you know what I'm saying. Let's say you lived in the neighborhood, but you were there, and you, more eyes on him, making sure that he wasn't getting into the streets. Because again, me being a project baby, me growing up, being raised by the streets, and I was outside all day, like you had to come find me. I'm talking about at an early age. I'm saying pretty much from junior high school on up. I was outside till 10 o'clock at night on school nights. You know what I'm saying? Like I was running the streets like all the time. I was outside in the 90s and like you can't tell me shit, right? Um, if my dad was there, and it's not to blame my mom, right? And it's not to even do the whole like, this is why you need a man in the house. This is why you need two fucking parents in the house. I don't care if it's two women or two men. I don't give a fuck. You take a community to raise a child. And if you don't have a community to raise a child, the streets gonna raise that motherfucker for you if you grew up in the streets like I did. And that's what happened to a lot of my friends. And that's what happened to the people that I'm talking about. that ended up getting their lives taken away. They were raised in the streets because their daddies wasn't there. The mamas was working. They had 2, 3, 4, 5 kids to tend to. And it wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? Like they couldn't keep an eye on them all the fucking time. And they was raised in the hood. We was in the hood. And shit happens when you in the hood, right? Bad outcomes happen. So yeah, a lot of that, and I don't know how that man's from the description, I feel like it's probably what I'm describing. But anyways, no, ma'am, you are not wrong. But let's get into a little bit more. So the thing that stood out to me that I found to be very interesting was the fact that she said he is doubting paternity, right, of the child, but he won't take the necessary steps to get checked, to check the child to see if the baby is genetically his. She knows it's his. This is what I talk about this I've been talking about this every day for the last week or so. 99% of the time, statistically, this is not what I'm guessing. Statistically, I think it's 98 or 99% of the time, women know who the father of the child is. That's a 1% margin of error. 99% of the time, women know who the father is, right? This woman knows who the father is. 100% believer. She said, I ain't ducking no paternity. You can come get the test anytime you want to. If that's what it takes for you to show up for this baby, get the test done. The man has yet to get the test done because men don't actually care about paternity. They know they the daddies. They know they the daddies just like the women know they the daddies. You know what I'm saying? I bet you the same shit. If you flip it around 98, 99% of the time, the men will know if they're the daddies or not. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. So y'all don't give a fuck about them babies, and y'all don't care about establishing paternity. You just want to use that as an excuse to neglect your children. And that's what it's always been about. This is a perfect example of that. A perfect example of that. Also, this is very Umar coded to me. This is very Dr. Umar coded. Oh, yeah, we got to take care of the mother queens of the world. Whole time, you got 2 baby mamas who you abandoned. You got 2 children that you've abandoned. And maybe he did it too because the children ain't sons. I don't know. He got 2 daughters. I don't know. Umar is very, very patriarchal. So maybe he wanted sons. And that brings me to my last point. That might be the sickest, most disturbing part about all of this is that you aren't willing to step up and take care of this child, allegedly, because they are the child is a girl, not a boy. Brother, is this fucking 1800? Whatever, 1900 fucking or 1800 feudal Japan, feudal feudal China. Like, what the fuck are you talking? Like, you want like what? Are you trying to start an army or something? A military? What the fuck? What does it matter? Y'all don't want to be fathers to y'all children. That's the point. All that paternity, gadgets bullshit y'all be yapping about. That's all. That shit don't mean nothing. I see straight through all of that. If you are worried about a woman, if you are worried about that baby not being yours, go get that baby tested. Paternity is 100% on the father to prove, not on the mother. It is 100% on the father to protect himself if he so believes that child isn't his. He must go get the paternity test. That's how it works. If you don't do it, I don't want to hear shit. That baby is yours. I don't want to hear shit. You doubt it? Go get the paternity test. And the crazy part about it is that a lot of times men don't want to get paternity tests because they know it's offensive to the woman. Why? Because the woman knows it's your baby and you know it's your baby. And that's why y'all don't be wanting to do it, because you don't want to lose access to that woman. But here's the thing. In this particular case, and in a lot of these cases, y'all don't be with the women no more. You already lost access. So what's your excuse? So what if she get mad? Oh, well. Y'all don't want to protect yourselves because ultimately you know what's going to come to bite you in the ass, because you know that that's your baby, and it's Not getting checked for not testing for paternity is like men not getting tested for STIs and STDs. The reason why y'all don't want to get checked is because once you know, now you have an obligation to stop doing what you do. Now you have an obligation to tell people, oh, I got this or I got that, if you got something that's incurable or whatever the case may be. But ignorance is bliss, right? If as long as you don't get checked out, you ain't never got to disclose anything, right? The law can't catch up with you, nothing. You can just keep on hunching the way you want to hunch. And that's what this is about. You don't want to know because you can keep just saying, well, that ain't my daughter. That ain't my daughter. I got doubts. I got doubts. Well, let's solidify let's lock in the truth then. Let's find out what's going on right now, right here, right now. Let's get a paternity test. And she can't make you get a paternity. Well, I guess she could if she went to court. Yeah. And it sounds like she hasn't gone the court route to do so. And that's her prerogative. Maybe she don't want to fight it. Maybe she knows, like my mama knew, again, because my daddy told my mama if she ever goes to court, my daddy will never pay a penny in child support. And I believe him. My daddy ain't ever paid a traffic ticket. He let all his tickets just go. If he got a traffic ticket, he that fool drove on a suspended license for 40 years. Like, I think he definitely would have never, ever, ever would have paid child support. So maybe she in a scenario like that where she was like, it ain't even worth it. I don't even blame her.